Hello, and welcome to the Board Game Chuck YouTube channel. My name is Pierre. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Dune Imperium. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the discovery. All right, here we go with Dune Imperium. I'm a little late to the boat on this one, but I've heard nothing but good things. The story was, it's a silly story, but there's kind of three games that came out at the same time that do this kind of mechanic. The worker placement deck building game, and I backed Endless Winter, which is one of them. The other one is Arnak, which I own now, and then Dune Imperium. And I backed Endless Winter, and I was like, I don't want to play these other ones until I get it. I was a very big snob about it, but I said, hey, this game is getting so much acclaim. Who am I to not get it? So here we go, Dune Imperium. And then we will start with advertisements. So we got a coupon here for some merch at the Direwolf store. You can use that if you want. I probably won't. And then we got the Dune Imperium Bene Gesserit statue here. I've watched only the movies. I haven't read the books, so I'm gonna pronounce the things as they pronounce them. Except that for House Harkonnen, I'm gonna say Harkonnen, not Harkonnen like the new movies, because that was a right irritation. So here we have one of the expansions for Dune, Rise of Ix. And this is the super duper deluxe upgraded version of the game. So it doesn't come with the game, but it comes with all these minis instead. And then some organization and all that stuff there. So that's great. If you have the money, I think it costs like more than the actual game. Here's the rule book here. Very beautiful imagery here of the sandworm, which is always good. And then I'm assuming that's Paul Atreides there, or it could be just some sand person. And we got the component list there, and then we got set up here. I guess we can go to watch it played to see how it plays, which I will probably go do once I unbox this video here. Pretty standard stuff so far. I mean, they could have made a smaller book, I guess, but this is fine. This is fine. And the back even has some stuff that's not just some pictures. So they use the back, which is always good. And here we have the solo and two-player mode. I guess this House Hagal cards, they just kind of clog up the board. So that the two-player game is a bit tighter there. And then here we have the board spice guide. Space, not spice. Even though it does, you know, control life and expand consciousness and all that stuff here. So I've neglected. You think I've been doing these long enough that I would know to take the instruction book and put it to the side to take a look and see what the things are. So let me just move this, center it a bit. And here we have a nice board here. We have 4 Baron Harkonnen. No? Yes, I'm sorry. 4 Baron Harkonnen tokens here. And here we have some Alliance. These are the Alliance tokens here that you put on the board. This is the first player token, and these are some tokens. They're combat markers right here. And these are, and these are control markers. Yeah, so combat and control markers. And this is double-sided. Let's take a look at the back. So I guess the point of this game is to get to 10. If you get one of these, it's already a point. So I'm assuming everyone wants to kind of go after them. The only thing I've seen is I've watched a playthrough on the dice tower of this game, and that's what sold me on it. So here we go. Here's the game board. Let us see if it will fit in the hole of the image. It will not. So this is what the board looks like right here. People say that it's a little bland and ordinary, but I do like the colors. So that's there. It is not double-sided. If you take a look here, it's just black. Do this here. Let's go through components first, and then we'll do cards last. So here we have Solari tokens, which is like money. So you have this one would be 1, and that would be 5 or 10, whatever you'd want to do there. And here we have, I mean, I'll let you guess what this is before I tell you. What do you think that is? That's right, it's the teardrops of your enemies tokens. No, it's just water. Those are the water tokens. And in the bag came this person here. This is the Mentat token. You know, you can recognize a Mentat by his reddish lips. So there you go. Now here we have some cubuses. And these are just player cubes in their color. There you go. I believe the other ones are, nope, the other ones are right here. And then we have blue and green as well for player cubes. These are the troops that you have in the game. And here we have the worker placement pawns. So we have 3 agents, they're called. And so I will just grab 1 per color and put the rest there, because my hand is not enormous that I can hold all of those. So we'll do this, and you'll notice I'm missing a color, so let me just go fetch it. Right there. So this is the player agents. That's good there. And then these discs here are, oh, it says in the rule book, are there, oh, there's one, sorry. It says 2 discs, but one is a score marker, and one is a counselor token. And yeah, they're just, you know, big thick discs, essentially. Next we have what the whole universe is all about. This is the spice mélange, as they say. There it is. Littles and bigs. And now here we go. We are onto this big, huge, thick deck of cards. We have these cards here, and we have these ones here. So I will just open these up, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So let me just first show you this big, huge bag here, and then get all these bags out of the shot here so that they're not so glary. There you go, no more glare. So let's get in with the cards here. We'll start with the 8 leader cards, and then let's see if I can pronounce all of their names. So you have Duke Leto Atreides here, and so these are the starting leaders for people, and so this is where the variability comes in the starting hands here. So we have Duke Leto Atreides, we have Paul Atreides, we have Baron Vladimir Harkonnen here, we have Glossu the Beast Raban, Earl Memnon Torvald, Countess Ariana Torvald, Count Ilbin Riches, and then Helena Riches. And those are all of the starting leader cards. And if you take a look at the back, they are player aids, which is always useful. It's a very clever way to do the player aids there. I'll put them right here. Next, let's just go into what we call the conflict cards here. So there's a certain number of rounds in the game, and then you pick only a certain number of cards, and this is the game clock essentially. So you have 3s, 2s, and 1s, and they get, you know, more and more conflicty as the game goes. This is what they look like on the front. So this is because there's attacking and war in the game. So the first person would get a point here, and then the second player would get that, third player that. So that's what those do there. So points are good. Like I say, get to 10, you win. So, or I believe the person with the most points after the certain number of rounds is the winner there. So just a pile of iconography there. Seems pretty simple though. You get a water, get a spice, you know, get an intrigue card, get $2, you know, that kind of stuff. Seems pretty easy. So like I said, conflict cards there. Next, let's go into those intrigue cards I just mentioned. Look like this. These cards help you in battle. So again, they just help you in various ways. There's probably just going to be a pile of iconography on these ones as well, and then some words. So let's just go through them quickly and get to the juicy bits. Here you go. Keep going, keep going. Yes. So those are the intrigue cards. Next, we'll go into the House Hagal cards. These are the cards that you would be using for a solo or 2-player game. Like I say, they just clog up the works here. So let's say if you pull this card, I'm assuming that it means that you would put a guy on Arakeen. Or no, if you're playing 1 player, Arakeen changes. I see. 2 players, this gets put in, and then Arakeen as well. Arakeen. Let me just, yeah. Carthag. Harvest a Spice. Hall of Oratory. Rally Troops. I'm not going to name them all here. So it's pretty much just a pile of things, hey? Just a pile of things. And look, it's that guy. His name, Duncan, Idaho. That's his name there. Sorry. I was like, yeah, I know his name. I do. I promise. So there you go. Those are those ones. And then we'll go into these cards that you can buy, because, of course, a deck builder, you have to be able to buy new cards for your deck. This is the Arrakis Liaison. And then you have just a pile of them. And this is what the back of those cards looks like. Very nice. I like the lines in there. They show up really nice on camera as well. And then next one here, this is the big money style in here, is the spice must flow. So it costs 9, but it gives you a point. And it gives you a spice. And there are just a whole pile of them. Oh, I didn't see these ones here, but these ones are fold space. So you can draw a card. You can go anywhere you want on the board, but then you have to trash the card. So there you go. There's several of those as well. Some soup. Next, we're going to go into the starting player decks here. So every starter deck is 2 convincing arguments, 2 daggers, a diplomacy, 2 Dune, the desert planet, 1 reconnaissance, 1 seek allies, and a signet ring, and then the whole works just starts over again, and that's for every player. So 4 sets of these. And the next, let's see if I can squeeze that in there. Yeah, and the next and last, but not least, these are the Imperium cards. So these are the ones that you can buy. Of course, the backing on these ones looks like this, and your deck looks like this, so it all blends together, so no one knows what you have in your hand. So let's go through here. This is probably going to be the good illustrated stuff here. So I'm not going to name every card, but I'm going to go into a story here about how I've recently actually just watched the new Dune, the Denis Villeneuve remake of Dune. And man, that ending was just not even an ending, eh? Wasn't it? It was just kind of like, boop, let's walk out into the desert and make a second movie at some point. And hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, but I hear it just started filming last month, and it should be coming out next year, so that's great. And then recently after that, when I was but a young lad, I'm young enough to have seen, I'm old enough to have seen the original 1984 Dune by David Lynch, and that was definitely a movie. It was a weird movie. I watched it recently again with a New Moon June after watching the Denis Villeneuve one, and let me tell you, I can understand why it almost ruined his career, because that is just a weird movie. Yeah, and gross too. Like, they made the Harkonnens like pretty gross. Everyone's so sweaty in that future, man. You'd think they'd have air conditioning too, but alas, they're in Duncan, Idaho. Yeah, alas, they did not have air conditioning. So there you go. But I'm pretty versed on the story now of what happens in those movies. Like I said, I haven't read the books. They say they're a literary classics, so maybe I should get on that someday. Opulence. Yes, I'm going to eat a crystal for breakfast, Maybe one for lunch. Piterative Rise. Sardukar Legions there. Stilgar. Gurney Halleck. I like that they use the new movies kind of likenesses as well. Lady Jessica there. Worm Riders on the White Riders. Yep. The Kiswat Heterak. And he really went all out also for the names here. So Chom Dictatorship. So there you go. The last thing that's in here is some cardboardy inserts. So that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you want, you can like, subscribe, comment. I'll answer any comments as soon as I can. And until next time, have a good one.